Israeli officials say a ground invasion of the Gaza Strip could happen at any moment. This comes as the war between Hamas and Israel hits the 1-month mark. Fox 5's Briella Tomasetti is live at the United Nations with the very latest. Briella, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Dan, a lot of developing news this morning. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has once again rejected President Biden's recommendation for a humanitarian ceasefire in Gaza. The two leaders spoke over the phone yesterday, but now the U.S. has even more concerns. According to the Pentagon, attacks on American forces in the region are increasing.
This is not a local battle. This is a global battle.
1 month after Hamas launched a surprise attack that left 1,400 Israelis dead, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says the Jewish state is ready for the next phase of its war in Gaza. Israeli troops have Gaza City surrounded and say they've effectively split the Gaza Strip in half. A full-on invasion and occupation is imminent. Israeli officials say a one-way corridor for civilians to evacuate remains open, but it's nearly impossible for them to get out. Israel continues to pound the besieged region with explosions and airstrikes as the Hamas-run health ministry in Gaza announces that the death toll there has surpassed 10,000. But Netanyahu has ruled out a ceasefire until Hamas releases more than 200 hostages.
If the Middle East falls to the axis of terror, Europe will be next, and no one will be safe.
Iran-backed Hezbollah continues to shell northern Israel. The Pentagon has sent more weaponry to the region to deter adversaries, but a spokesperson for the Iranian Foreign Ministry said there's serious likelihood for expansion of war in the region. Meanwhile, Secretary of State Antony Blinken wrapped up his trip to the Middle East with a visit to Turkey and called his discussions with the Turkish foreign minister productive.
First, we discussed the crisis in Gaza, including the efforts to significantly expand humanitarian assistance to people in need, efforts to prevent the conflict from spreading to other parts of the region.
Yesterday, demonstrators gathered outside the Statue of Liberty calling for peace. Thousands of protesters and counter-protesters also assembled on the Upper West Side at a pro-Israel rally. Yeah, and some more sobering news to report on this morning. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres said just yesterday that 89 UN employees who were stationed in Gaza to provide aid to Palestinian refugees have been killed since the war began. For now, we're live outside the UN. Tashani and Dan, back to you.
And Briella, thank you for that.